city of Perth in Western Australia sits on the north bank of the Swan River. At the west end of the city is Mount Eliza, and to the east is Harrison Island. Across the front of the city is a broad sweep of the river, making the situation pretty much ideal. The central part of Perth is quite small compared to cities in other countries, and it's an easy place to walk around for anybody with even a moderate level of fitness. Without a doubt, the number one tourist attraction in Perth would be Kings Park. The sprawling park sits on top of Mount Eliza and has wonderful views across the city, the Swan River and to the Darling Scarp in the distance. Kings Park is an amazing place to visit at any time of year, but during spring it really comes into its own, with the Wildflower Festival taking pride of place. The Botanic Garden at Kings Park has over 3,000 species of native plants. It's one of the best places close to the city to see a lot of native wildflowers, and this makes it a pretty busy place from late August all the way through September. There are many other places in the park you should visit, including the May Drive Parkland, Saw Avenue Picnic Area, Lottery West Family Area, and just the general bushland. There are all sorts of events held during the year, and it's best to check out the Kings Park website to find out when these are held. A fairly recent attraction that has been developed in the city is Queen Elizabeth Quay. This was an attempt to reconnect the Swan River to the city, and to a large extent it has been successful. There is far more development planned in this area, including the construction of hotels. It's a great spot to go and relax on a nice sunny day and just enjoy the river. There's also a ferry terminal here where you can hop on board the Trans-Perth ferry that takes you across to South Perth. There are a number of other ferries that depart from this area too, including ferries to Rottnest and cruises of the Swan River. Moving up into the heart of the city, you'll find a number of pedestrian malls where traffic is kept away and people can just wander through the shops. The oldest of these is the Hay Street Mall, which is still probably the most popular of all. As you wander along Hay Street, you'll notice an interesting looking arcade with an Elizabethan facade. If you walk through, you'll find an open shopping arcade that looks like it wouldn't be out of place in the middle of London. This is known as London Court, and it was first developed in 1937. It has become a very important tourist attraction in its own right. Now it's time to grab one of those Trans-Perth ferries and head across to South Perth to see what's around that area. About a 10-minute walk away, you'll get to Perth Zoo. Although it's a small zoo by world standards, it's still very good, and you can spend quite a few hours here enjoying the lush vegetation and looking at the animal exhibits. Refreshments are available at a cafe, or you can choose to bring your own picnic lunch. Back on the South Perth foreshore, you'll find a walk path that takes you on a circuit all the way around both bridges. If you're feeling particularly energetic, it's a great way to see the area. You can also hire bikes, which makes the experience a lot more enjoyable, a lot faster, and a lot less taxing on your legs. If you continue to walk east along the South Perth foreshore, you'll reach the Causeway and Harrison Island. The island is an open parkland. Part of it has been fenced off, and there is even a colony of kangaroos living there. If you are doing the Bridges Walk and you cross the causeway, then you enter Perth at the eastern end. Tucked away behind the cricket ground, you'll find Queen's Gardens. Somewhat appropriately, we have Kings Park at one end of the city and Queen's Gardens at the other. This is a beautiful park and an oasis of tranquility in what can be a rather busy, bustling city. Stretching west along the front of the city is the Esplanade. This is a lovely open area that separates the river from the city proper and was once actually used as an airfield. Walk up the hill away from the river and turn west into Murray Street. A little way down you'll pass the Cathedral and Royal Perth Hospital. A little further on you'll find the old Perth Fire Station. This has now been turned into a museum. It's a very interesting place to visit, and last time we went it was still free. You can have a look at old fire appliances and a much more modern fire engine, as well as have a look at search and rescue techniques and general displays associated with firefighting and rescue. Back around the block and on Hay Street is the Perth Mint. This is apparently the oldest operating mint in the world. Although actual currency, notes and coins, are falling out of favour these days and everything is becoming electronic, this is still the place where our banknotes and coins are minted. There are regular tours inside the mint, but unfortunately, for security reasons, we aren't allowed to film inside it, and so we can only show you the outside. Back in the heart of the city, there's a huge contrast between the old and the new. Unfortunately, modern development means that many of the old buildings have given way to glass and concrete skyscrapers. Although I guess they're necessary in the modern world, they really don't have the character of the beautiful old buildings that Perth used to be full of. Even so, if you're interested in heritage architecture, there are still enough old buildings around Perth to make a walking tour quite worthwhile. Central Perth train station is located just north of Wellington Street. From here, the train line runs west to Fremantle and east to Midland. There is an underground station that runs south to Mandurah and north past Joondalup and beyond. Just north of the railway station lies what's known as the Cultural Precinct. This houses things like the Central Perth Library and the main museum. The museum is currently undergoing reconstruction, and the pictures we have here are of the old museum. As soon as the new museum is completed, we'll make sure we make time to get out there and produce a video to show you what it's like. Heading west from the cultural precinct, we come to Northbridge. Northbridge is traditionally known for the large number of different restaurants that can be found there. The nightlife is perhaps not what it once was, but it's still quite a vibrant area of the city. That brings us to the end of this quick look at the attractions of Perth City. Of course, there's far more to see and do than we've been able to show you in this short video, but this should give you some idea of some of the attractions that are available, and the rest we're sure you're going to find on your own. If you liked having a look at this video, remember, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. Then you'll get notified of all the new videos as we put them up. Thanks for visiting. Hope to see you later. Bye for now.